Now, amid heightened concern that North Korea may be about to return to confrontation with Washington, China, South Korea and Japan are all set to hold a trilateral summit in China. Ahead of the summit, China's President Xi Jinping met with South Korea's President Moon Jae-in in Beijing. During the meeting with Xi Jinping, Moon Jae-in said that stalled denuclearization talks and a recent flare-up in tension between the US and North Korea are not proving beneficial for Pyongyang. Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe is also due to meet Xi Jinping in Beijing later in the day before the trio head to Chengdu for the trilateral talks. Remember, North Korea had set a year-end deadline for the US to change what it says is a policy of hostility amid a stalemate in efforts to make progress on their pledge to end North Korea's nuclear program and establish lasting peace. Despite several meetings between North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un and US President Donald Trump, there has been no substantive progress in the dialogue with North Korea demanding international sanctions be lifted first. Meanwhile, the leaders of all three countries are to hold their latest meeting amid feuds over trade, military maneuverings and historical animosities. Ahead of the meeting, the Chinese Foreign Ministry has said that ties between Tokyo and Seoul remain strained over trade and security issues as well as compensation for wartime forced labor. Meanwhile, economic cooperation remains one of the main issues that continue to bind all the three countries together.
作为近邻，三国之间存在历史、领海等分歧，本属正常。关键是三方要管控好分歧，做大合作蛋糕，同时防止外来因素的干扰。在这个方面，三国领导人有高度的共识。
Amidst death and ruins at every corner, even a sliver of revival brings renewed hope into humanity. The reopening of an ancient bakery in the battered city of Aleppo in Syria further stands testament to this very thought. Syria has been subjected to war and violence for the past 8 years. Large parts of the city of Aleppo lie in dusty ruins. It was once a pit stop in the ancient Silk Road. The historic city was reduced to a mere husk of its former self when the dreaded ISIS group grabbed it in a chokehold. The city was liberated from the hands of the militant group in 2016, and since then only a handful of shops have reopened. One of them is a one-of-its-kind bakery in Aleppo. Forced to shut down during the years of war and conflict, now the bakery is reviving its famed kahk biscuits and breads. The owner of the bakery, Khaled Mirai, recalls how he had to flee Aleppo and seek refuge nearby. Mirai and his family returned to the town after the Syrian army took back control from ISIS. Scenes of destruction were all there was left soon. He gathered enough resources to rebuild and eventually reopen his shop. And a lot of his old customers were quick to queue up at his storefront. With the rise in prices, devaluation of the currency heralds tough times for small traders like him. However, he says he is determined to carry on with the family business. He also believes that it will help more locals to come out and cope with the trauma of the civil war that left their homes and livelihoods razed down to nothing.